Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new video, such as a farming method for summon heroes. Now, with this being the case, we're going to try to find the most, well, no, my bad. I'm going to tell you the most efficient and effective way to actually use your time in summon heroes. And that's because we don't want to waste time. That's definitely something we don't want to do, especially that they added the brand new skip system. I hope they capitalize on that by adding a skip ticket system in order for us to use that a little bit more. But until then, we have to actually farm a lot of the main stuff on our own. You'll see that I have a couple characters that have some decent levels. I mean, I have four characters that are level 120, one character that's level 100, level 99, and a couple that I'm still kind of working on here and there. But I've just been trying to find out what is the best way to utilize my time, and that is what we're going to get into today. So, first things first, I think we need to talk about level farming, and then probably the last stuff we're going to talk about is like circus and PvP. We'll go into dungeons because that's kind of in the middle ground, and then kind of work off of that. So, first things first, whenever we actually start talking about um, the level grind doesn't really get good or end game until about Calamity Canyon. Now, why do we want to focus on Calamity Canyon? Because this is actually the first time we actually only get mythical level treats. And this is actually really good because this tells us where do we really want to start farming. If you're someone like me who likes to go down the entire list to get as much of these really good mythicals as possible, then this would be the way that you would do it. Or you could skip all the way to the end and start from the top all the way down to the bottom. That really just depends on you because over here you do get tacos. So you could start from the taco levels, which is a little more in Sakura Town because I think we get tacos at, stage 3 Kitsune. And then we start to get tacos. But I think it just depends on you. It's only a couple stages difference, and each stage you still get about 250 gems per stage, such as if we use the brand new system, we'll see a lot of the value that we could get also implemented to our characters, such as let's go ahead and just unequip our characters here. Just so we could show off the brand new sweep system that we got last update. So I'm going to put on my tanker, I'm going to put on my sniper, and I'm going to put on my abyss lord. Because I'm not really working on anybody else here. Frame rate still needs a buff. Not really worried about that. So if we go to stage 4, you'll see we could get tons of tacos here, the 250, and over here starts at the 500,000 EXP mark. Over here, Calamity Canyon is in the 200,000 EXP mark. So we're going to go ahead and sweep this one. And you'll see we get a significant 3 million EXP here. And it's just going to take a second to do the levels part. I'm sorry. But this is also showcasing how much you really get from doing that one stage. In general, we're getting hundreds of thousands of EXP here, in the millions, of course. And then right here, as you can see, ramen is in the 100,000s as well. So you're getting that 100,000, about like a couple million here too. So a couple million here from the taco and the ramen. And you'll see that as you kind of go through the areas. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with that. Now we got some EXP for these guys. And then if I really wanted to, I could go over here and use whatever extra EXP I get. And remember, you kind of want to use a specific type of character build. I would say more mid lane characters because these guys are a little faster. They got more range. They got more speed. There's not really a lot of close range characters that will help you kill everything at once. Far range characters could do that a lot too, but I think mid range magic characters are technically some of the better ones. So we're talking about like Abyss Lord, Technomancer, Commander Tank. Like Tank Commander is definitely up there with mid lane. Mid range characters that will be able to tank and do all that stuff for you and be able to press through the content without dying. And that would be like setting up something like, I would say, like unequipping here and putting only like Technomancer. And if you need like a second hero, then you'd work on a second hero. But you don't want to waste that EXP that you get for replaying the levels on other characters that are already max level. All right. But of course, if I want to go and level up, let's say Tank Commander, I would go here with all the ramen and stuff that I got. And then I would drop it directly into my Tank Commander. Boom. Level 82. Boom. Massive. Now we have amazing stats and a really good levels on Tank Commander. And I got to work on her a little bit more, but she'll scale up incredibly well. Now with dungeons, the real thing about dungeons, and I think this is the crazy part, but you're going to do these every 6 hours. Now, the reason we're going to do these every 6 hours is literally just because we're able to come back and get really, really good rewards. I mean, you get the rewards you would get from sweeping a normal chapter stage every 6 hours. So you could do this literally 4 times a day, where you do the stages over there only once per day. So also you get the fusion items, which you can get, which you get a lot of these in the main game, so this isn't really value. The value is in the gems. If you could run through the whole gauntlet and get all the gems and mythic shards, you could walk away with a lot of content completed. So about 8 shards a day. And 8 shards a day, remember the amount that you could get. By the end of the week, you'll end up being able to walk away with one of your mythics guaranteed from those shards. Now, I don't really do mythic sharding that much, and that's because I was working so much on trying to get EXP, but this is why you don't want to focus on EXP too much. You want to focus on shard farming whenever you can, and then Nightmare Circus whenever you get the dailies. And they did speed up Nightmare Circus. Nightmare Circus is way faster now. This is how you get just a really quick amount of gems, but that's not the end game. The end game is really whenever we start talking about PvP. Now, PvP is where things get important. And the reason why is because PvP is the best way to get your hands on some of the most expensive and high value items in the game. And that is going to be trait rerolls. Yes, you do get trait rerolls from your dailies, but you only walk away with about 4, where in PvP, AFK and PvP in general will allow you to get about 50 PvP tokens, which you'll be able to buy trait rerolls every 10 minutes if it rolls back into the shop. It's completely randomized, but you're able to get a lot of trait rerolls just by doing this a lot. I see people doing this a lot. Like, oh my god, the amount of trait rerolls they get from just AFK and PvP. A lot of these endgame players do it. You'll see people sit here with 14 wins right there. That's a nice one. Over here, 129 wins. Keep in mind, your wins reset whenever you re-enter the PvP lobby, which means this person has been here probably winning and literally farming PvP multiple times, probably maxing out their characters, getting incredibly good traits on their characters a lot here. And you'll see that a lot with a lot of these players here. You'll see people with over 100 wins. We see some with 21 wins over here, 12 wins. And a lot of these people will just be here, AFK and PvP. And this is how we get the most value, getting PvP tokens. And PvP tokens are going to be very, very important in order to make sure that we maximize our profits in terms of the most expensive currency in the game. And in my opinion, that is trait rerolls. Yes, we got the gems, but now we need the trait rerolls, and we need to get them fast. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take it easy, dudes, and peace out.